Hey guys, TheRick here, bringing you another video. It's one-on-one time with TheRick, and today's guest is Jeff. You guys know him as Jwhiser or Captain Awesome. Glad to finally have you on the show. So let's get started. How long have you been in the hobby, and what do you love most about it?
Hey, what's up, Rick? Thanks for having me, man. How long have I been in the hobby, and what do I love most about it? I've been in the hobby 16, 17 years-ish, something like that. You stop counting after about 5 or 6 or something. But yeah, and what do I love most about it? I have to say the variety of things that you can keep inside of a glass box. You know, there's just so many things that you can do inside of an aquarium, and you know, it never gets old. You know, you can always do something different, whether it's plants, corals. You can do shrimp, fish, big fish, cichlids, invertebrates. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's snails, puffers, and everything. So and I also love that, you know, there's always something different as far as equipment that you can use. I just think that's, you know, the stuff that they come up with to run these aquatic boxes that we keep fish in. It's just really cool, you know. The lighting, the filtration, you know, the media. That's a really fun part about it. But yeah, I mean, what do I love most about it? I'd have to say the variety and all the different types of equipment and everything, you know, new that they come out with all the time. So yeah.
Now Jeff, you have a lot of great fish in your fish room. What are some of your favorites?
Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate, you know, when people enjoy my fish. But what are some of my favorites? Of course, Central and South American cichlids. I just can't get enough of them. That's where my biggest passion in this hobby is with Central and South American cichlids. Some of my favorites right now, anyway, are my Beanie and my Stallsbergies. I'm really enjoying watching these guys grow and watching them color up and stuff. And another one of my favorites that I haven't had the pleasure to keep yet are the Media Lunas. I really want to keep those fish. I've been looking for them for quite a while. My buddy Mike finally got some, and watching his grow have been enough to sustain me until I can find my own. But yeah, definitely the Beanie and the Stallsbergies. You know, just their interaction with each other, and the way they're growing, and the colors that come out of these fish is just phenomenal. I can't really get enough of it, to be honest with you. But other than that, yeah, just the Beanie and the Stallsbergie. I really love Big Rig too. He's the most interactive. He's the oldest fish in my fish room, as a matter of fact. This guy, you see him in the background right here. He is just, he's pushing 15 plus inches now. He's definitely a big guy, and I'm really enjoying keeping him as well. He will be going inside of a 140. I don't know if you've seen the video, but I am downsizing here pretty soon. I've already found homes for most of my fish, so that's pretty cool. I actually have a new fish coming today, as a matter of fact. I know that kind of defeats the purpose of downsizing, but I'm really excited about that, and I'll have to keep that a secret for a little bit. But yeah.
Now you have some big cichlids. What are some tips you would give guys who want to get into owning these big cichlids?
Okay, so some tips that I would give people that want to keep big fish like my cichlids and stuff is do your research, do your due diligence, and start off with the biggest tank possible. There's nothing more frustrating than when you get a little baby doveye, for example, and you see how fast they grow, and before you know it, your 55 can't house them anymore. And you know, that thought process that you had, well, I'll get him now, and before he gets too big for the 55, I'll get him a 120 or a 240 or a 300 or something like that. Well, it doesn't always work like that. You know, most of the time they do outgrow the tank that they're in before you even have a chance to get a new tank. Or you end up with a fish room full of tanks, and you don't have enough room for that bigger tank. And it becomes a big process to take that old tank out and or switch it around with the bigger tank and put something else inside the littler tank. So do your due diligence, do your research, and start out with the biggest tank possible. With most of the Central and South American, well, I'm not going to say most, but with a lot of the Central and South American cichlids, the ones that I keep anyway, it's best to have at least a 120-gallon tank to start with. Now, I know I'm kind of, neglecting myself here, because I do start off fish inside, 40 breeders or 30s or 29s or, something like that. But, you really gotta be diligent about upgrading your fish whenever they need it, or providing them with a new home inside of a bigger tank when they need it. So, and that goes for any fish, not just cichlids, other fish as well. Always start with the biggest tank you can, because bigger tanks are easier to take care of as well. With a smaller volume of water, it's harder to keep the water parameters stable. So, a lot of people have this misconception that you start out with a 10-gallon tank and it's going to be easier because it's such a small system. That's not the case. 10-gallon tanks are harder to take care of than a 120-gallon or even a 55. It's just a small volume of water, and it's tougher to keep the water parameters stable inside of that system. So, yeah, that's the advice I'd give to anybody.
So what do you like to do in your spare time besides fish keeping?
Well, in my spare time, besides fish keeping, I really like to read. I like to read all kinds of books. I like writing as well. As you know, I am published inside TFH magazine. I'm also working on another book type thing. It's not necessarily about fish keeping, but it's been fun to write nonetheless, and spending time with my family. Those are my two other hobbies, really, is reading, writing, and spending a lot of time with my family. I can't get enough of them. My son especially, he's my favorite person in the whole world. I love, doing things with him and playing with him, and generally just watching him grow, and just watching how he absorbs everything. It's phenomenal to watch kids grow, in my opinion. It's just wild to think that they can go from just being born to being so smart and intellectual, and just like sponges absorbing everything that's around them. But yeah, in my spare time besides fish keeping, I read, I write, and I spend time with my family.
And Jeff, my final question is, any plans, projects, or series coming to your channel in the near future?
So as far as plans, series, or projects, or anything like that coming to my channel in the future, of course I'm always looking for new things to bring to y'all, my subscribers, and there's always me looking for new fish, and getting new fish and getting rid of old fish, finding new homes, shipping and stuff like that. So yes, there is, of course, there's always plans going on inside my fish room. Like I said earlier when you asked me the previous question, I do have a new fish coming today. It's a fish that I've wanted for a very long time. I think I've wanted one for about 7 years, and I've never been able to find one for a price that I could afford one at, because they are expensive fish. So I have one of those coming today, and of course I'll make a video about it. But as far as series and stuff like that, I probably will do a video of how to ship fish airport to airport. There's not many videos about that on YouTube right now, so I'll probably do a small little one video series on that. But as far as that series, maybe Projects, definitely have a lot of projects planned. I have a contest coming up, or a giveaway. And as far as plans, yeah, I always have plans. So nothing really concrete yet, but you know, stuff's always coming, stuff's always new, and you know, I'm always getting new stuff inside the fish room. So just have to stay tuned, really.
Alright, Jeff, keep doing what you're doing, man, and thanks a lot for being part of this show.
Thanks for having me, Rick. I really appreciate you having me on your one-on-one series. It's very humbling to be a part of a channel as big as yours. I really appreciate you having me. And with that said, you know, thank you again. Happy fish keeping, and stay true to the hobby, brother.
Alright guys, it's been another one-on-one with the Rick. If you have any suggestions on who you want to see on this series, please leave it in the comments below. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.